All right, so I'm Joe with Great Lakes Electric, and I'm not here to really sell my company. I'm more here to tell you how I started and how 6 months turned into, feels like a couple years. So it started in '93 when this kid here got involved with the world, and when I was born, I had an urge to learn, and I would get bored quick. I would get bored quick. And one of the things that really sparked my interest was looking around and seeing the lighting, seeing outlets, and wondering, like, what's going on. So at a young age, and probably the reason why we have to have tamper-proof outlets, I was always focused on, like, how does it work? And so over time, over the years, I kind of built onto that and trying to figure out, like, how outlets worked, how lighting worked, and everything. So during high school, I kind of got away from it. I kind of wanted to do something new, so I went to Paul Smith's College, where I was focusing on forestry and becoming a smoke jumper and a ranger. Well, during class, I used to daydream about drawing out circuits and anything electrical. And I remember a phone call that I gave my stepdad, Leo, and I remember calling him. It was a winter day. It was a blizzard out. I'm outside. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I keep daydreaming electrical, and here I am in forestry. I like what I'm doing now, but I can't get away. Well, I had a hernia operation. I came home on a Monday. I had an operation on a Wednesday, and then the doctor's like, you got to change your career. You're gonna run into some more problems. So guess what I went back to? Went back to electrical, where I got into Alfred State, and this is where I really focused on taking my energy, and because of my instructors there and whatnot, and them pushing me, I was able to use the energy I kind of harvested through high school and when I was a little kid, and really focus on trying to do something great with this niche that I can't get rid of. So during this time, I did this state competition for a college where I placed first, and it's a Skills USA, and there's so many different trades that compete. I competed for the electrical portion, and anyone who gets first place in states will go off to nationals, where I lost first place by one point, and from that point, so during that time, I was able to design a solar array for the National Arboretum, and I went with my fellow classmates to install it too. And it was in DC. We drove down. We took a couple trailers, and we were there for a week. I was the foreman for it, and then I would also educate government officials on what's going on, what we're doing, kind of how the process goes. And then from this point, I got an end phase award, and this award was given to me from one of the companies I dealt with. We used their inverters on the panels, and they had this award that they're trying to get people like me, like younger people, involved with solar. So this award paid for training for solar, got me recognition all over the place, and it was just nothing but good things happening. And then I was gonna jump into the workforce, and then my girlfriend at the time, which is my fiance, got into vet school, and I'm kind of like, I got to do more. I can't just be that electrician. I want my own company. I want to hire people like me and teach them a really great trade. So I got a bachelor's in management. And after that, when I got out, I moved out to Ithaca, where Cornell is, and I was able to learn highly skilled electrical with some great people. But the problem was, even on my long days, I was coming home and I felt like I had this fire inside me that I had to do more. It wasn't feeding that craving. It was nice to come home and go fishing and hang out, but it's like I had to do more. So my family's been sick almost my whole life, and I went to college in multiple places, lived in Ithaca, so it was kind of rough that I wasn't here to see them, see my niece, my nephew. So I kind of made a change. I kind of left and moved back here to help them out and to spend more time, knowing that my fiance after Cornell in 6 months is going to be back here. And since that, it brought me back to my roots, going for a company, and then using the skills I have now from all the different jobs that I've worked on, from banks, security, residential. I was able to focus that and open up the company, and that's when it all just came at once. All my energy that I had stored up, I was able to use, and it just was one thing after another, from changing out the engine in my van to keep my company going, to making my company a LLC, to becoming an electrical vendor for many different companies, from Walmart, BJ's, Firestone, some more places that I'm a vendor for or do work for. So a lot has happened in six months, and a lot more is going to happen, and I can't wait to see. And then, so a little less about me, about my company. We do a lot of residential, commercial, and a little bit of industrial. One job here is Ebenezer Railcar Services. That arm right there welds up these big train cars that they build for all over the country. I'm the one that wired up the safety fence to keep their workers safe whenever that machine's going. And then another job is I do lights all over. You'll hear me talk a lot more about lights, because lights. And then some other jobs, services. I love to troubleshoot, and I love to educate everyone on how electrical works and the safety reasons. I used to be a firefighter, so I really stress in certain things like a smoke alarm, carbon, and so on. So if anyone ever has a question, I'm more than happy to help out or give you resources. And from that point, if anyone wants to learn more or have some electrical work that needs to be done, please give me a call. And thank you.